Hey guys, welcome to our Tuesday stream. Every Tuesday, come out here and show off all the cool new books and merch that we got coming in. Guys, this Saturday is Local Comic Shop Day. We'll have books exclusively for Local Comic Shop Day. They will not be available on the website. They will not be available there at all. You have to come down, or they're not available for pre-order. You have to come down in person to pick them up. So you're definitely coming down. It's a great time. Grab some cool stuff. And we will also have Batman Day books from Batman Day from last week out on the shelf for that day also. So now let's jump into it. We have Battleworld from Marvel Comics. Battleworld is kind of a sequel to Secret Wars. It is the pieces of Battleworld that are kind of left. Someone has kind of orchestrated to put them all together and now rebuilt Battleworld. Taking people from different times and spots across the Marvel multiverse to create what is considered the perfect Earth. Really cool. Fight for survival with a cool cast of characters mixed from various parts of the Marvel multiverse. If you like Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars, you'll like this as a spiritual sequel. It's fantastic. And one of the cool real villains behind it all. It's kind of a trip. It's going to be really cool. Check the book out. It's awesome. Next up is Conan, Scourge the Serpent. If you are reading Conan the Barbarian, you should be picking this book up. You have to. Set over 3 different time periods. I forgot what it's called. It's called the something age. I forgot what exactly the age is called. I know Conan's age. The Thurian Age. Thank you. The Thurian Age, then Hyborian Age, and then 1843. All tied to this one ring and these serpent gods that kind of exist in the Conan mythos. Really cool. If you like Conan, definitely pick this book up. If you just like a cool, over-the-top sword and sorcery, high fantasy story, definitely pick this book up. Next up is Master Universe. Master Universe: The Sword of Floors. This is part of the canon of the overarching Master Universe books that Dark Horse has been putting out. They're really great. I love them. I have the omnibus. They're fantastic. But this continues on as Adam is kind of struggling with the idea of replacing his father one day, and what kind of pressures come with that. Plus, this weird sneak attack that happens at Castle Grayskull, and all the weird kind of like fun, doofy nonsense that goes along with that. But apparently Doom is a color violet, and what that means, we'll find out as the series goes on. It's a great story if you are a fan of He-Man and the Master Universe. Also with Master Universe, all their crossovers are canon to their books, which are great. But outside of that, it's a really cool book. You'll find out what the Sword of Floors is later on, and what it means that the Doom is color violet, and what that means for Eternia and He-Man. Everyone, it's a great book. Like I said, if you're a fan of Master Universe or He-Man, pick this book up. If you haven't, or you're kind of like, I haven't read a He-Man comic before, don't worry, jump right into this one. They're fantastic. Next up is The Phantom from Mad Cave Studios. Part of their entirety of like Defenders of the Earth and Flash Gordon. The Phantom is now getting its own miniseries. Kit Walker is the Phantom. If you guys don't know what Phantom is, he's an old school pulp hero, a la Batman. Excuse me. Sorry, hiccups. A la Batman. He is a martial artist trained in kind of like old school Africa, and his entire thing is like he defends this tribe from white colonizers. That's the old pulp school version. Fast forward to modern era, he like stops. He takes care of this village to stop like gun smugglers and like warlords in Africa. Really cool book. Super pulpy. If you like Batman, if you like Detective Comics, you should really pick this book up. If you've been reading Flash Gordon, or if you read Defenders of the Earth, you can just pick this book up. It ties into the same universe. Fantastic read, start to finish. Easy to pick up, and it's cool. It's just action pulp stuff. It's fantastic. Next up is Skinbreaker from Image Comics. Skinbreaker is Robert Kirkman's new book with David Finch doing all the art. It's fantastic. Set on this alien world where the Skinbreaker is a type of sword. It proves if you are healed by it or changes your skin, you are this great warrior. If not, you are showing weakness. And this is kind of how the tribe now, because of one child not being chosen over another, the entire tribes are going to war with each other. It's really cool if you like that over the top, like alien warfare. It reminds me a lot of Avatar. It reminds me a lot of Conan. If you mish those two together, it's a really great read. Super action packed. Kind of sad as you see the fathers kind of try to figure out what to do with their son because of what happens. I'm trying not to spoil the book. Really great story from start to finish. This feels like it's going to be a very long form burn as the tribes go to war with each other. Next up is Star Trek: The Last Starship from IDW. Star Trek: The Last Starship is set in the future of Star Trek, so don't worry if you're reading the other stuff going on currently and you're like, what is this? It's set in an alternate future, as it's the end of the Federation and how the very last starship is about to be shot out to the USS Omega as they try to survive the oncoming war. There's a surprise return of a character who's been long thought dead. Really cool Star Trek stuff. If you're a Star Trek fan, there's tons of Easter eggs. There are nods from all the Star Trek series before this. If you're not a Star Trek person and you just want to read a cool sci-fi story, this is just a cool sci-fi story without the Star Trek coding. It's about a new captain trying to figure out how he fits into the legacy of other captains and how he has to figure out how to end this war by himself, and he doesn't have the legacy of everyone behind him. Really cool story. Again, if you are reading the other Star Trek stuff, you should really pick this book up. If you're a Star Trek fan, it just adds to the canon. Yes, definitely check this book out. Also from IDW, it's Street Sharks. One of my favorite shows growing up. It is TMT, but sharks. Don't shake your head at me. Actually, this has been a thing that me and Hunter have been talking about for years, that one day we would buy the actual licensing rights for Street Sharks and write our own Street Sharks comic. We've been talking about this for about 7 years.
Oh my god.
We talked about just buying the license out. We didn't do it quick enough, and IDW has it now. So, IDW is putting out a Street Sharks comics tied to the original cartoon. Don't worry if you didn't grow up with the cartoon. It is TMNT, but instead of them being hit with ooze, they are hit with this gene jammer that turns them into anthropomorphic teenage sharks. Very 90s, very radical, very fun, over top, cringy sometimes. And I'm assuming at one point they're going to be doing a crossover with TMNT because it's IDW. Because it's the dream. But outside that, if you just like cool, goofy 90s cartoon stuff, it's fantastic. It's awesome. That's exactly what they say. Also, Vin Diesel, such a fun fact, used to be, before he was an actor, he used to do the Street Sharks commercials for the toys. It's a thing. You can watch them. They're funny. It's him in like a wife beater, just doing the accent, like a New York accent, playing with these toys. They're fantastic and funny. You should watch those on YouTube. Again, a great 90s nostalgia book. Definitely grab this book. Also from IDW, another nostalgia grab. Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone, if you guys don't know, was a show created by Rod Serling. It's normally a horror anthology, normally with a actual moral message behind them. Really great. They are on Paramount. You should watch it. But they are now putting it in comic form. The comic books are all one shot. It's an anthology series, so all issues are kind of standalone one shots. Each dealing with a different kind of sci-fi take. It's normally sci-fi with a twist, or horror with a twist for Twilight Zone. As something would happen, and there's a twist that happens that will then propel you to the end of the story, or be revealed at the end of the story. Really great. They'll all be original stories. This one's written by Dan Waters. I think he's writing all the stories. We'll have to double check. Great. If you like Dan Waters did Nightwing. He did Batman Dark Patterns. He's done a bunch of horror. He did Six Fingers for Image. Really great horror writer. Perfect for Twilight Zone. Next up, we have Ultimate Hawkeye from Marvel Comics. This is a one-shot, guys. This is the origin of Hawkeye. It is the setup for some of the stuff we're going to see in Endgame. It is a great story. You get to find out who a little bit about Ultimate Hawkeye is. You see Ultimate Midas, Ultimate Roxxon. Really cool one-shot. It's all about Hawkeye and also Ultimate Ronin and who that is. And their cool grudge match between the two of them. Great story. Wonderfully written. Wonderful explanation of a brand new character in the Ultimate Universe who's not a mainstay from the MCU. Really great story. And for our singles, we have Viking Moon from Image Comics. It's Leif Erikson. But when he landed in the New World, there's werewolves, guys. It's Vikings and werewolves. It's a cool horror story just in time for Halloween. It's over the top. It's it's the Age of Discovery meets horror as Vikings have to deal and survive and defeat werewolves in order to conquer the new land of Newfoundland. Really cool. If you like things like Vikings on HBO or Game of Thrones, really, you'll like the story a lot. And for our trades, we have Spider-Man Shadow Warrior. This is an original manga set in an alternate Earth where you have Miles Morales, Ghost Spider, Spider-Man, and all set in Japan, which is really cool. As Fisk is trying to become the governor of Edo, we meet a brand new Venom who's never been out before. It's a cool manga take on Spider-Man. Definitely grab this book. We have G.I. Joe, the Silent Missions from Image Comics. These are the Silent Missions miniseries from Image Comics for G.I. Joe, and it has the original Silent issue facsimile in here. It's cool one-shots about various G.I. Joe characters, all in silent issues. They're wonderfully told without the words. The art tells the entire story. They're great to check out. If you're a G.I. Joe fan and been missing out on some cool stuff, definitely grab this. And finally, we have Supergirl Universe End. This collects all the Supergirl material from Dawn of DC, which includes the Supergirl special at Ash Comics 1070 to 1081, which are all her stories in action. Kind of, if you want to know a little bit more about Kara and her current position, you should read this and Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow together to figure out where Kara is in the current position of DC Universe, and then going forward from Dawn of DC into DCKO and forward from there. So definitely, if you need more Supergirl, definitely grab this. And guys, that's it. You can check us out on our website, androidscomics.com, where Andrew's putting books on there at all times. You can check us out on Instagram and X at androids_comics and androidscomics. Guys, I hope to see you back here next week, Tuesday around the same time, and Saturday for Local Comics Update. See you then.